Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at a pretty serious Borescope camera, and it's made by a company called Teslong, professional manufacturer of inspection cameras. So this is quite a serious tool for the right job and almost any kind of industry, plumbing, automotive, construction. So in this video we're going to open it up, go through all the features, and see if this Borescope is right for you. So let's get started. Alright guys, so let's take a closer look at this thing. So it comes in this case, which is protected. It's like a hard case, and it does lock in, and you can actually put a lock around it, so you know it's not easy to open for safety and security. Alright, so let's see what this thing looks like. Alright guys, so this is a handheld device, as we can see here, and we do have a screen here also. But looking at this case here, we can see that it's padded very nicely for the scope. So here it looks like we have the user manual, very nicely pictured. It looks like it explains to detail and has a few different languages there, so very cool. Alright, so let's grab the scope here. Wow, this thing is really nice. This thing definitely feels professional, just holding it in your hand. Very cool. So it looks like we have a speaker back there. We got metal kind of grills there for something. It looks like a flashlight here in the front. This is where our cable camera will connect. So going to the other side, we have, looks like some kind of button, so you can bring it down where I guess the screen is more tilted. So we do have a button here, and that does look like the flashlight button. It turns it on and off. So I guess if you're in a dark area and you need light, you have a flashlight. Very cool. So as we go down the handle here, we can see that we can put a little strap to hold the scope. And at the very bottom here, it looks like this is where our rechargeable battery lives. And it looks like you can change that if you ever needed to. A very nice looking and feeling scope, guys. Alright, so we do have a few more things here. We have the USB to micro USB charger cable. And also it looks like we have some accessories here. Let's check it out. So we do have a magnet attachment. So if you needed to, you know, pull something out that's magnetic, and a hook attachment also. This is quite useful also if you want to pull something out, like, you know, keys or whatever else. Is a very handy little tool. And by the way guys, these are both metal, so this is high quality accessories here. And so these accessories would go on the end here of the cable where the camera is. And the way you put the accessories on is you first have to unscrew a little cover here that covers the threads, and then you can put on the accessory, and that screws on really nice and tight. You know, you're not going to lose it if you're starting to pull something. Very cool. Alright, so I'm going to put the cover back on. So this cover is made to protect the threads. So something else that's pretty unique about this camera here is that there's actually two cameras, looks like. So there appears to be a really tiny little camera right there that looks 90 degrees down, and it has its own little light there, and then you got the main camera up front. So that's pretty useful because when you're going in a pipe, sometimes you want to look down or in a close space, and this becomes very useful to do that because I'm sure that you'll be able to switch between the two cameras just from the controller here. So this kit here comes with cable here, which is about 5 meters, I guess, or it's 5 meters, which is about 16 feet, I guess. So it's quite long, and you guys can see that the cable sits where you put it. Put it like that, it just sits. So it's rigid enough to hold itself, but it's, you know, bendy enough to bend where you need it. So it seems like the perfect amount of tension on the cable here. And this should be completely waterproof, so we should be able to go underwater if we needed to. And actually that's what we're going to do, because we do have a pool here, so we're going to go into a pipe and check those out and see how they're looking. So at the end of the cable, it looks like we have some kind of button here, and this is our connector to the controller here. So yeah guys, looks like a pretty straightforward hardware. So now we need to power this thing on and check out the software. But before we do that, I did notice that there is a little door here on the side that pops open, and it looks like we have our micro SD card and a charging port there. And it did come with this SD card here that looks like to be a 16 GB micro SD card. Very cool. Put that back in. Close the lid. And also guys, there's a reset button right there underneath. So this looks like this might be a microphone. And then we also have a speaker. So there's a possibility that we might be able to record a video with this thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and peel the screen protector. So this is what our screen looks like. It's a very large screen. We have the navigation buttons here. So it looks like we have the power button, some light button, looks like a photo button, then OK, then looks like a settings button here and mode and up and down. So before we power on the device, we need to go ahead and hook up our cable to it. And so the cable has a little slit on top here, and you can see that goes to the top. So this button is actually another indicator, which is top and bottom, so that is the top. So we should be able to just slide right in, and then we can lock it with this locking washer here. So now that we're connected, let's go ahead and turn it on. We got the logo there, and there it goes. The camera is on. So it's quite bright outside right now, so it's a little bit harder to see, but the quality of the screen looks very nice. Alright, so let's see what these buttons do. So we got a light button here. So the light button on top of the power button actually turns on the lights on the camera there in the front. So you got low, medium, and then high. Sorry for all the glare, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and click this camera button. See what happens. Alright, so we made a photo. It says photo successful. When the camera is on, if you click the up and down, it rotates the screen so you can see right side up, I guess. Alright, so let's click the mode button. Alright, so the mode actually changes it to video mode. So I bet now if we push this, we can start making a video. Okay, yeah, so we started a video. You can see there on the top, it's recording right now. So it's looking at some trees from really far away, so they're probably going to be blurry. Let's hit mode one more time. Okay, and so that kind of previews the files that you've made. Very cool. And it shows you on the bottom there if it's a photo or a video. Pretty awesome. And then we have the settings button here. So we got resolution, and you can choose between 720 or 1080. I guess let's go to 1080. Okay. Timestamp if you wanted that. Put in the time, choose the language, which they have, looks like English, and well, they do have a bunch of other ones. Look at that. They have quite a few of them. Alright. You can format the SD card and then reset the whole system, and there we just have a version of it. Very cool. So very easy to use, guys, and pretty straightforward. So there's one more thing left to try. There is a button here on the top, and I think this button switches the cameras between the front and the 90-degree angle. So let's go ahead and click it, and look at that, it did change the camera. So now it's looking 90 degrees. And if we hit our light button here, that also controls the little light behind it. Oh, look at that, and that also has the 3 settings. Very cool. So if I switch back to the other camera, now I can control the lighting for that camera. Switch to the other one, and back to the other one. Alright, well that's pretty awesome. So I guess the only thing left to do is let's stick this thing in the pipe and see what we can see. Alright guys, so I got the inspection camera. So what we're going to do is there is a hole right there that I don't really know where it goes to. So we're going to go check it out with the scope. And I'm going to record it here on the scope itself. And I'm going to show you guys the actual footage from the scope. Video recording mode, so then we're going to push record. And now we're going to switch to the scope. So you guys should be seeing the pool now. So I'm not sure if this thing has audio. If it does, you will be hearing the audio from the scope also. Start feeding the scope into that hole there. So we're going to be going into the water. There we go. So we're in the water. And now we're in the pipe. So I don't know exactly what that is. Alright, that's pretty cool. This could be something interesting here to look at. Let's go ahead and try this. We definitely got some kind of buildup in there and some dirt for sure. Kind of hard to see. Let's turn on our light. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely getting somewhere now. So I'm going to keep pushing it in there. Oh, this is definitely a lot more interesting than the last pipe. I got probably a couple feet in there already, maybe more. Looks like it's sticking to one side of the pipe. Man, we're getting deep, guys. Kind of make me nervous now. Okay, so we got some kind of buildup. Looks like it's hard to see because I can't really control where the camera goes now. But we're definitely about 4 to 5 feet in there. So let's see if we can switch to our 90-degree camera. Okay, can't really see nothing there. Let's Go back. Try to go a little deeper. See what happens. Alright guys, so I think we just got a lot of gump in there now. Yeah, we're hitting some kind of dirt. Alright, so that looks like dead end for us there, guys. Alright, so I'm going to pull out the whole way. So yeah, that was like 5 feet. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright guys, well hopefully you were able to see something there as we were going through the pipes. And we went completely underwater, so this thing is definitely waterproof and there's no issue with that. So I was quite surprised of how easy it is to control it. Like everything is very intuitive in the screen. And the screen is quite bright. It's just we're out here in the sunlight. So I apologize if it was a little hard to see, but the screen is an excellent quality and very bright. So overall, this is a really nice tool. If you ever needed to see something that you cannot just get to, this thing is great. So they do have a version that the cable is not this long, which might be a little bit more convenient if you don't need this kind of reach, because I do find it having this much cable is a little harder to manage. So now you might be able to get just another cable, and then you could have a longer one and a shorter one. So, but in any case, this is a pretty awesome tool, and the cool parts about it is because it has its own screen, you don't have to connect it to your phone and whatnot else, and it charges itself, so you don't have to, you know, change battery. So this thing is self-sufficient, and not only that, it can also record video and also photos to the micro SD card. So it has all the features that you need and want. Alright guys, well hopefully you enjoyed this review of the Teslong inspection camera. If you want to pick up one for yourself, I'll have some links in the description. Check those out. It's from Amazon. And if you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, I do a lot of reviews and other interesting things on this channel, and if you're not subscribed, then hit that subscribe button to see more. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.